lot of people are thinking about purchasing a used car because new car prices are skyrocketing and interest rates are rising. Purchasing a used car can be scary for some people, as they worry that they will purchase a car that will break down or have problems. Vehicle mileage is one of the variables that many people attempt to depend on. However, is mileage a reliable indicator of a car's longevity? For a used car, how many miles is too many? What is a used car's good mileage? We'll address all of these issues and more in this post to help you make an informed decision about your next used car purchase. What qualifies as high mileage? This question lacks a conclusive response. To get at a sensible figure, we can take into account a few variables. First and foremost, one needs to think about the engine oil that has been used and how frequently it has been changed. This could make the difference between a car that is a risky purchase at 120,000 miles and one that is a safe one. Let's examine some well-known producers of engine oil. They've designed special oils for cars with high mileage. For cars with more than 75,000 miles, Valvoline produces a high mileage oil. For cars with more than 150,000 miles, it produces a different oil. According to Pennzoil, their high mileage oil is designed for cars with over 75,000 miles on them. Mobil 1 indicates that high mileage starts at 75,000 miles, just like Pennzoil does. It used to be said, years ago, that high mileage started at 75,000 miles. Thanks to advancements in engineering, technology, and machining, high mileage nowadays starts at 100 to 120,000 miles. What to consider when buying a high mileage car? While purchasing a used car, there are other factors to take into account besides mileage. A vehicle's longevity is influenced by a number of factors, including its service history, driving style, design, type, and environment, as well as how it is bought. Driving style. Some drivers put a little more effort into their cars than others do. An aggressive driving style may have caused premature wear. Under higher loads and temperatures, the vehicle's powertrain, suspension, and brakes are all more prone to wear. Regretfully, it can be difficult to determine the previous owner's driving style of a car. On the other hand, if you buy a car privately, you may occasionally check to see if the owner has a social media account where you can watch videos of the car being mistreated. Facebook Marketplace listings of cars have been observed, some of which include videos of burnouts and launches. If at all possible, we advise you to steer clear of these cars. As an alternative, you can pay a fee to have a professional inspect a used car in great detail. Service history. Service history is without a doubt one of the most crucial aspects to take into account when buying a used car with a high mileage. Regular maintenance, whether required or not, is essential for vehicles. Dealerships frequently provide free services like Carfax, but you can buy a Carfax online for a private sale. There are other ways to obtain service records besides Carfax. They will have records of the services rendered if the car was regularly serviced at a repair shop. Service records might not be available if you buy a car from a do-it-yourselfer unless they maintain a record on their own. Vehicle design. Certain car designs can be more difficult to work on or call for pricey tools. Repair costs may increase if specialized labor and parts are required. Some car owners might decide not to do necessary maintenance or repairs as a result of this. For instance, engines may overheat and require machine work or the replacement of the head gasket. Many people have attempted to fix blown head gaskets with chemical additives, but none of them have been successful. This is a typical repair that frequently makes car owners want to sell their vehicles. Historically, inline 4- and 6-cylinder engines have been simpler to work on, which helps keep labor costs down or facilitates do-it-yourself maintenance. It's possible that certain high-mileage car purchases are safer than others. A BMW with 200,000 miles, for instance, would have required more maintenance than a Toyota Camry with the same amount of miles. This is not to say that you should steer clear of all luxury cars or that the BMW in this case isn't worth buying, but it should be one of the considerations. Driving environment. Conditions can be impacted by the driving environment of a vehicle. The vehicle will wear down differently depending on whether it is driven on highways with higher speeds or at lower speeds and variable RPMs. Generally speaking, a car that is mostly driven on highways will have fewer wear and more miles because of smoother roads, constant engine speeds, and fewer shifting. Driving on cities and highways is not the only environmental factor. The engine's air filter will need to be changed more frequently in dusty or sandy environments. Cars near the coast or the ocean are more likely to rust and corrode because of the salt in air, but vehicles driven in places where there is a lot of snow accumulation may be more vulnerable to these problems. Vehicle type. Simply put, some cars are made to wear and endure more abuse than others. SUVs and pickup trucks are excellent examples of this. These cars have more powerful drivetrains, suspension, steering, and power plants because they are made to support larger loads. They thus make for incredibly dependable cars that have a very long lifespan when they are not overworked. For this reason, do not shun automobiles. There are many incredibly well-built, dependable cars available. How is the vehicle being purchased? You are in complete control of the car you choose to buy if you are paying cash for it. The majority of lenders won't turn down a car with a high mileage as long as the loan-to-value ratio is reasonable. If you plan to finance a car with a lot of miles on it, you should at least make sure the car will last for the whole loan term. Hope the information is helpful for you. Please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.